Hello friends and welcome back. So this is our first lecture in this JavaScript playlist. So right now we are at our module 1 chapter 1, and in this chapter we are going to explore the script tag. So let's get started. So friends, the first thing that I want to tell you is that you can write your JavaScript right inside your HTML file using this script tag. So let me go back to my code editor and explain this to you in easy words. So here I have opened my code editor, and that is Visual Studio Code, which I am going to use throughout this course. So after you open this code editor, what you have to do, you have to create a new file. So go to this file option, then a new file, okay? Or better, I will go to my desktop, and here I am going to create my project folder. So here I'm going to give it a name as JavaScript, okay? And this is your folder on your desktop. Now go back to your code editor, and after going on this file button, click on open. And from here, go to your desktop and open this JavaScript project folder. Now inside this, the first step you have to do after this folder, you have to create an HTML file. So you can create that by using this icon and then name it. So here I have named it as index.html, as you can see. So this is my HTML file, index.html. And after that, you have to write this exclamation mark and press enter. So this HTML boilerplate code appears already, okay? And then here I will just say h1 and JavaScript tutorial, okay? JavaScript tutorial. So save this using Ctrl S or Command S. And after this, I'm going to show you how you can write JavaScript code inside this. So you have to make the use of this script tag, okay? And after you write this script tag, you have to write your JavaScript code inside this opening script tag and this closing script tag. So here, let's say I am going to write here alert, and inside this parentheses, inside the single quote, or you can also use double quote, because I'm going to write a string here, okay? And I will explain you what is the string. So here I'm writing hello world, okay? And this is the first code that every programmer writes while learning a new programming language. So I am also starting from here. So after you write this, just save this, and now what you have to do, go back to your desktop or wherever you have created this project folder and open it. So here I have opened it, and now you can see there is a index.html file. You just have to open this in your browser. So when you double click on it, it will open in your default web browser. And you can see that as soon as this page loads, my browser is saying hello world, okay? And this is because of the JavaScript code that we have written here, okay? Which is basically the code to produce an alert stating hello world, okay? So you can see that here. So as soon as I click OK, then my web page will appear. So let's see, and yes, it's an H1 heading saying JavaScript tutorial. So I hope you understand how to use this script tag to write the JavaScript code inside your HTML file. But this is not what we are going to use later, because we have to write a lot of JavaScript code, and it's not possible to write all of that inside our HTML file, because if we do so, then it's going to become very hard to read when we are going to make some changes to our code, okay? So the best practice is to write JavaScript code in a separate file. So here I have created a new file using this new file icon, okay? Then here I'm going to name it as script.js, okay? So here I will name it as script.js. So this is my JavaScript file, okay? So the purpose of doing this is to separate your JavaScript code from your HTML, okay? So now I am going to remove this, okay? Or yes, I am going to remove this code that I have written. And after this, I am going to write that same alert here, okay? So here I will say alert, and inside parentheses, I will say hello world, okay? Again, or better say hello programmers. This time let's do it a little bit different. So hello programmers, okay, and close this statement by using this semicolon. And now you have to link this JavaScript file to this HTML file for your code to work, okay, on your web page. So what you have to do, again you have to write that script tag here, okay, and inside that script tag you have to specify an attribute known as source attribute, which is basically the way of providing the path to this script file. So here, because these two are contained inside same folder, so here I will say script.js, okay, and these two will be linked together. Let's now save this and go back to your browser and click refresh. So now you can see it is saying hello programmers this time, okay. So it means that the JavaScript code that I have written here is working, okay, and this time we did it in a little bit different way. We used the same script tag, but here we have used an attribute to link an external JavaScript file to our HTML file. So friends, I hope I made the concept very clear to you, how to use this script tag to write the JavaScript code right inside your HTML file, and another way, which is the better way of separating your JavaScript code from your HTML code by writing them in two separate files and then linking together. Okay, so after this, let me also explain you one thing. What happens when I have made a separate JavaScript file, okay, and I have linked it to my HTML file, and now I am writing here another code. Let's say here I am saying alert, okay, alert, and then inside this I am saying 2 plus, sorry, I should not use this colon, oh sorry, this quotes. So here I will say 2 plus 3, okay. So the output of this should be 2 plus 3 equals 5. So output must be 5. This is the expected output. So let's see what happens, because this time we are also going to display this alert, okay, as well as this alert which is saying 5. So let's see what happens. So when I save this using Control S or Command S, go back to your web browser and click refresh. Now you can see this alert is showing hello programmers, and click OK. And now, so it simply means that when you link your external file using this script tag, okay, and you also write some JavaScript code inside that script tag, then the external JavaScript file is going to take preference, okay, that will be preferred, and this code which you have written inside a script code tag will be ignored, okay. So this is very good practice to only use a script tag for either linking to an external file or writing the code right inside your HTML file. So you can achieve your goal if you want to display two alerts. So what you can do here, I have used one script tag for linking my external file, and I'm going to use the another one for displaying my second alert, okay. So here I will say just 2 plus 7, let's say this time. So the answer should be 9, okay. So let's see what happens. So expected output is 9. Save this using Control S, go back to your web browser, click refresh. Now it is saying hello programmers first, then it is saying 9. So I hope it is clear to you what is the order of preference, okay, because my parser is going to read this HTML file from top to bottom, line by line. So this script tag comes first, okay, and hence this script.js gets evaluated first, and hence hello programmers appears at the first place, and then this 2 plus 7, that is 9. So friends, I hope I made the use of this script tag very clear to you. So let's move on. After this, friends, I want to tell you one important thing, that in older JavaScript code, you can find two types of attributes. One is the type attribute, okay, and one is the language attribute, but they are not required anymore. And the use of this type attribute was to specify what kind of code we are going to write, or what kind of code we are going to link through this script tag. And generally the value of this type was text or JavaScript. And similarly, this language attribute was used to specify the language of our script code, but it's not needed anymore because the default language is JavaScript, okay. So you just need to remember that you are not going to use these two attributes in your code, because if you are browsing through the internet and if you find these two attributes at anywhere, then you just have to ignore it because this is not needed anymore. Okay, now I have already explained you the concept of writing the external script means separating your HTML file from your JavaScript file and then linking them together using the script tag. Okay, also friends, I want to tell you one more thing. So let's head back to our code editor again. So here I am in my code editor. Now what I want to tell you is that we can also link our external content delivery network, or known as CDN. Okay, so here I will just say CDN. So what is CDN actually? It's you can say library. Okay, the external JavaScript code that you will be importing sometimes, okay, when we will move ahead in this course. So here if I say script, okay, like this script, and then inside this I am going to write this source. And now let's say if I want to link a JavaScript library, let's say React, or my CSS framework like Bootstrap 4, then I have to specify a absolute URL here, okay, to link an external JavaScript file which will not be present inside my project folder, but it is hosted somewhere on the server. Okay, so you have to specify a complete URL on in that case. Okay, so what you need to do, go back to your web browser and here search Bootstrap 4. Okay, just search Bootstrap 4, go to this first link that appears, Bootstrap 4, and from here you can see like this. Okay, script then source equals this. So this is what we need to write. Okay, this is the source that we need to write when we want to link our JavaScript file, okay, to my Bootstrap CDN. So this is basically this green color URL. This is an absolute URL, okay, and this was a relative URL. So during linking our JavaScript file in our HTML file, you can either specify the relative path or the absolute path. Okay, now after learning this much, it's time to summarize what we have learned in this lecture. So we have learned that we can use a script tag to add JavaScript code to a web page. Then we have learned that the type and language attributes are not required anymore. Okay, also we learned that a script is an external file. Okay, a script is an external file and which can be inserted by using this kind of syntax, writing the script tag, and inside that we have to use this source attribute in our opening tag, and then inside this double quotes we have to specify the path, and it may be the relative path or the absolute path, okay, depending on whether the JavaScript file is present inside our project folder or somewhere else on the server. So this is pretty much what I want to tell you, and after this I have also prepared a post for all of you. So let's see that. So friends, now what you have to do, you have to check the social page of this YouTube channel, okay, on Instagram, Facebook, and Discord group also. And I have given the link for all of those groups in the description of this video, because I am going to post daily this type of interactive content, okay, which basically contains pretty much whatever I am teaching here. So this is the post for script tag. Okay, so let's see this. Here I have explained what is the script tag, okay, how it is going to produce the output, what will be the output, okay, how to write in the modern markup language, okay, this type attribute and this language attribute, they are not needed anymore. I have explained this here. Then how to link to an external script file, okay, in 3 ways. This is the absolute path, this is the relative path, and how to use multiple scripts, okay, in our web page. So these posts are very interactive and they will be very useful. So I suggest all of you to go through them. Okay, so follow this YouTube channel, social pages, okay, on Instagram, Facebook, and Discord if you haven't followed yet. The link is given in the description of this video. So friends, thanks for watching this lecture. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next lecture.